Hello, hello, hello. It's Attorney Mike Graveland coming to you from Chicago. As usual, I've got a nugget for you. Let me see if I can find who sent it to me. PJ Millenbach. It's local politics. It's petty. It's fun. I only saw a few minutes of it. I whatever. It goes on for a while, but I don't know. I just thought let's have coffee and see how much of this we can stand. It's pretty good.
Please stand for the national anthem. Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I don't know where this is. It's somewhere in Michigan. I have no idea where. It's Clay Township. I don't know where that place is.
Go ahead with roll call.
Okay, we're going to do a roll call, and I apologize in advance. My voice is going in and out, so I'm going to be as loud as I can. Paul Cassidy.
Here.
Tanya Hogan. Here. Jerry Golka.
Here.
John DeBoyer.
I'm here.
Mark Richard.
Here.
Maureen Bory.
Here.
Beverly Rose.
Here.
We'll go to public comments.
Before we do that, Mr. Supervisor, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda. 1I, discuss manner consortium reconciliation.
That's in between meetings?
No, that's its own agenda item.
Oh, okay.
That's a motion.
What's the motion for?
To discuss manner consortium reconciliation.
I thought we ruled on that. I thought we voted on that.
And I'd like to discuss it.
Are we going to take a vote after you discuss it?
Well, that's up to you, but I have some information that I'd like to share with the board.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll second.
I've seen a bunch of these things. They're always fun. These people really get after each other. And my I've been all over the world. My inclination is it's no different anywhere else. I can't understand it in other languages, but I bet they're doing the same damn thing in India or Uganda or or the UK or anywhere else. The same petty crap.
Further discussion?
I just think that's something we should talk about,
Well, I'd kind of like to know right
share
now
with
what it
everybody
is that
before.
I think we should discuss.
Well, we
What do you think,
can't,
Mark?
we can't meet and discuss unless
Well,
we're
you
in a
can
meeting.
you can share stuff.
Yeah, we can.
You can share stuff and you can come into Paul.
What is it you would like to discuss?
I think we have a motion and a support. Can we vote on it?
No, we can have it up for discussion. What do you think we ought to discuss?
I'd like an item to discuss it.
What is the topic of your
I
discussion?
just told you, it's the manner consortium reconciliation.
That's it?
It's discussion about it.
So what is it?
Already we're into a Monty Python bit. That's all this is.
Did we vote on the motion?
I'm asking you what we're, as part of the discussion, what is it that you
Well, when we get to
specifically
that
need?
agenda item, I guess we can all find out.
You want to keep it a secret?
Yeah, it's a big secret until then.
Okay.
It's kind of like OHM contracts.
Yeah. Okay, we'll put it right up there with the OHM contract.
Well, we still have a motion on the board, on the table.
You gotta
What
vote
are we
on
going to
it.
do with it?
Well, do you want to take a vote? Do a roll call.
Maureen Bory.
No.
Mark Richard.
Yes.
Paul Cassidy.
No.
Jerry Golka.
No.
Beverly Rose.
Yes.
Tanya Hogan. Yes. John DeBoyer.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. We'll go to public comments. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening. Relative to the OHM study, there were phase ones and phase two. So the phase two that we're talking about was Clay Township, and here's the contract right here. Phase one was done by HIDA. HIDA paid $61,000, and you know what we got as taxpayers for $61,000? Nothing. You can't find the phase one feasibility study on the website anywhere. So when you sit there and talk about phase two, how does it affect?
Okay, I saw this little bit, and I saw this guy come up, and I thought, okay, here comes stupid. Nope. I don't know the specifics. I don't know the issues. I don't care what's going on in Clay County. But for all the world, this guy seems to make a good argument.
The residents, it doesn't, because it's phase one, we got nothing. Phase two, this was supposed to be paid for by the millage, according to HIDA's own website. Now, obviously, the millage was overwhelmingly rejected. When I say overwhelmingly, only 134 residents on the island voted for it. There are 930, 950 voters on the island, so that's less than 15%. But as you can see, this OE contract says Mr. Paul Cassidy's supervisor. So it's not just for the island now. So according to him, 134 people are more important than the 7,700 tax-paying residents of Clay Township and the 8,500 residents total. That is very bad when we have a situation where just 2% is getting their special treatment, 134 voters. And why is this happening? Well, Cassidy in January 1st was quoted in an article saying he wants a streamlined government. I mean, when you start bypassing the voters and bypassing the board, you're not streamlining a democracy, you're causing a tyranny. That's not very good. And then lastly, just from my own opinion, I want to know if HIDA was involved, because HIDA says there's no meetings, there's nothing to talk about. Well, if they're working on a phase two feasibility study, that sounds like it's something to talk about. And if they're not working on a phase two feasibility study, considering they paid for the phase one feasibility study, then they're just incompetent. So I'd like to know, is HIDA being nefarious or incompetent? But in conclusion, the board needs to stop this OHM garbage. Thank you.
I don't know what he's on about, but I wanted to clap.
I'm reading this statement for Christy Hiltonen. This is my statement to address the egregious and blatantly fabricated lies that were told at the last township meeting by Treasurer Galka, Trustee Mbori, and the current board's group of supporters on social media, insinuating that I sabotaged the integrity of the office during my last weeks as Clay Township's treasurer. The audit will reveal that there were established processes and procedures being followed during my time in office. The process was account reconciliation completed monthly by exporting reports out of BS&A and extracting the needed data by use of Excel. Monthly treasurer reports were created by using this data and supplied to the Board of Trustees as well as the DDA Board. All work papers and bank statements were packaged for review by the clerk, as well as the proposed month-end general ledger entries. The clerk reviewed the package and then posted the proposed entries. When the package was given back, the reconciliation was entered in BS&A, and the month was closed, and the reports were printed and put in a file. The monthly files went into the cabinet in the office for audit preparation. Prior to my departure in November of 2024,
Show us your spreadsheets.
I reconciled the month of October and produced a final treasurer's report for the Board of Trustees and the Township's auditing firm. I also forwarded all general ledger activity and substantial support to the Township's auditing firm for the then current fiscal year, July 1 through mid-November 2024. Between myself and the clerk, all general ledger entries that could be posted were posted. On my last day in office, I requested that a police officer review the contents of my office prior to my departure to, in fact, view the filing cabinets were still filled with the Township files and documents. I requested that all files on my computer be backed up on the Township server in case accusations were made by the incoming board in the future. To reiterate, all bank reconciliation files, spreadsheets, and work papers were stored in 2 servers and physically printed in file folders in the cabinet. My process was to print all spreadsheets, bank statements, and supporting documentation monthly and compile it in a folder for review by the clerk. When it was reviewed and signed by the clerk, it was returned to me. With the month-end reconciliation entries posted, then I would transfer the reconciliation into the Township software program, BS&A, and close out the reconciliation electronically as well. If the current treasurer cannot find the evidence of reconciliation electronically or the printed, approved, and file folders in the cabinet in his office, then he should be able to log into the account reconciliation tab of their software program to pull all the necessary starting numbers, such as outstanding deposits in transit and outstanding checks to begin reconciliation. I will conclude by saying that from the day I took office until the day that I left, the Township's financials were my top priority, which has been proven by Township audits and state review. Reconciliation was done timely, various reporting to the state was done timely, reporting to the Board of Trustees and the DDA Board was done timely. I personally monitored all Township funds, safely invested all Township funds, and thoroughly reviewed all Township bank statements monthly, and I reviewed all Township bank transactions daily. For me, being the Clay Township treasurer was a full-time job, which I enjoyed and willingly took very seriously. There are no missing
for the record, that is not my phone. That's going on in the room.
treasury files or spreadsheets. And at this time, Jerry, based on your derelict of duty, I would ask that you resign.
You had your time.
You're derelict of duty. I mean, I don't know who's right about any of this stuff because I'm not close enough. You know what I mean? Like maybe she's full of crap. Maybe she's doing a really good job and getting trashed. I don't know, but it's fun to watch.
Thank you for your tremendous service.
Bills payable, legal fees of $5,110 for Addis Law Firm. If I'm correct, an ordinance isn't something the supervisor can just create and push through. There's an actual legal process to be followed. A board must vote to direct that it be drafted, decide who drafts it, and set limits on costs, including legal fees. Without that vote, the supervisor has no authority to spend township resources. The first I heard about a ferry ordinance was at a budget meeting, but I do not recall the supervisor making a motion to consider an ordinance, nor do I recall that the board actually voted on whether or not they wanted a ferry ordinance drafted. But it appears he simply drafted one himself, posted it publicly, and the only vote the board took was to adopt it, and it failed. If township paid attorney time or staff resources were used before that board vote, that's unauthorized expenditure of public funds. Same with legal advice. If the supervisor wants to bill attorney time to the township, it requires specific board authorization. Approved if needed does not mean unlimited use at any cost. So tonight I'm asking the board, on the public record, was there ever a motion and vote authorizing the supervisor's outside attorney to work on the OHM contract or the ferry ordinance? If so, was it before the work started, and have itemized bills been provided? If not, do not pay until you are certain the township is responsible for these legal bills. Apparently, Jerry loves car shows and music so much that he was willing to take a chance riding on a ferry that he constantly complains about. But how is that $10 ferry fee a legit reimbursement for a treasurer? Then we have almost $1,700 in conference expenses for him. The BSNA one is in North Carolina, and the expenses for conference only. Soon he'll be asking for travel and accommodation costs. BSNA, I call BS on that one. Another cost of almost $1,000 for a retreat at the Bavarian Inn.
No.
Jerry, seeing that you just cost the taxpayers $22,000 to have a CPA firm do your work, I'd say your retreat started the day you took office. Board, please consider this request to waste more taxpayer dollars very carefully. Regarding the OHM feasibility study, I hope tonight we finally have a serious public discussion. This contract was signed illegally without board authorization on December 30th. Then a stage vote on an expired contract that was never ratified on March 6, 2025. You have all the facts. The question is, what are you going to do about it? I've sent you my updated timeline and FOIA materials, and I've given the same packets to citizens so they now know what you know.
Julie, I'm a Clay Township resident. I came here to speak a little bit about Jerry Golka, our treasurer, before his treasury report tonight. Also, the bills payable. I've asked to come here to ask Jerry Golka to step down from his position. Any job that involves working with money, especially that of others, requires an honest individual with trustworthy characteristics, and he's proven to our community that that is not him. Since he decided to run for this current position, he's been deceitful to the public, waiting almost 10 months before divulging to this board and township residents that he hasn't performed a single bank reconciliation thus far. I asked the board to have Mr. Golka pay for his latest $12,000 bill himself, not us. Also would like to add that township residents shouldn't cover any OHM bills related to the feasibility study. That contract was signed in December before Paul ever took office. Additionally, Mr. Addis shouldn't be paid by the township for any involvement in the bogus ferry ordinance. That bill should be paid by the few who created it, as the full board was not aware of this ordinance. Thank you.
Emily, Bar Harbor, Harson's Island, and I'd like to address the treasurer. I understand and respect that there is a learning curve for every job, but after 8 or 9 months of not being able to do your job, I believe it's time to admit defeat and step down. Thank you.
Wendy, Harson's Island.
Okay, this looks. I looked this up on my phone. It looks like this is sort of in the Detroit metropolitan area, sort of a suburb. Looks like it's right on the border with Canada.
First, I would like to thank you for at last having the OHM come and speak to us. Hopefully, we get some answers for Phase 1 from the HIDA study that was spent $250,000 grant money on, and having them. And I'd like to, and the Phase 2, Clay Township spending $150,000 on a ferry study. Second, the request for $1,700 for Jerry's retreats is utterly bizarre. Jerry, you have not done your job in 8 months. You've been given an assistant, $10,000, $12,000, and you have $4,000 in your budget for education. You constantly blame the previous treasurer. Everything you needed to reconcile the bills was left for you. Third, we cannot approve the $7 million bond proposal until you get your house in order. Will you be in charge of managing the $7 million? This is why, Jerry, I respectfully ask that you step down and let someone who is capable of managing our township and township money step in. I would also like that you return your salary since you have not performed your duties as treasurer. I also place a large blame on Paul Cassidy, as you are the overseer of this township. You had to have known Jerry was not doing his job in 8 months. My concern for paying $5,000 to Adidas
Don't forget, reimburse us for that $10 ferry ride.
Firm for HIDA's attorney, who was HIDA's attorney and Paul Cassidy's personal attorney, paying for the ferry ordinance that Paul said you were drawing up. I don't know why we're paying Adidas firm for this. And then $350 for the ferry issue. I don't understand all this. The OHM insurance, I'd like that all explained. Another concern is paying $2,000 for Adidas law firm for the sand pit right to farm dispute. Maureen using township money to fight her personal vendetta against the sand pit is totally wrong. Because of her relationship with the owner of the sand pit, she should have recused herself from the whole issue. The township inspector explained over and over at the June meeting that everything had been done properly at the sand pit. Let Maureen pay Adidas law firm. The total amount for this is almost $9,000 in unnecessary spending, wrong spending. Thank you.
Bob Dudas, I live in Clay Township. I'm just here to respectfully request that Jerry Gulka steps down. He's unfit. We can't have a treasurer that has no idea how much money we have in our accounts. And, that's it.
Jan DeMonte, 368 Greenwood Street, Clay Township. I find it extremely troubling that our treasurer actually went to the school board and did his best.
Oh, yes, this is everywhere. This is literally everywhere in the world. We just happen to have a video of this one.
To get a very beloved coach fired. This coach has helped students, parents love him, all the kids love him. Is it part of his duty to do this? I find it very troubling that he takes the time to do that, but our books are still not balanced. I see something wrong with this, and especially if you knew Joe Garton, such a great guy. Why do you want to get somebody fired because they beg to differ with you politically? What is this? Thank you.
If there's no further comment, we'll move on to bills payable. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve bills payable in the amount of $177,055.32, 8/11/25.
Okay, so I have a question on education and training.
There's no support, unless do we gotta get support first?
Yeah, good support. We don't.
That's a good question. I don't specifically know who Jerry is. My guess is it's the guy all the way to the left, but I could be wrong. Hopefully we'll find out.
I'm going to do it anyways.
Well, I'll support it. Go ahead.
Okay. Education and training, page 1, to a car show, $10 for a ferry ticket. I have no idea that we were paying to go to Harson's Island for a car show.
Mark, it was to make sure that the stage was open for the concert that was going on. That's what that
We paid for music in the park there.
But we already had Brandy set up to do that. She was all set up. She had her ticket. She had already done all of that. So I just, I'm not sure why you went either.
Isn't that our Parks and Rec director?
Yeah, and Brandy had everything under control.
So I got a couple questions.
I'm
sorry, Mark.
I'm really not done yet.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm sure you're going to chime in here pretty soon, so. The registration for Bavarian Inn, 2-day, for $182. And we have one North Carolina for $750. Then you had a conference call from MTA for $399, and a treasurer's retreat for $367. Normally, when a member of the board and the administration staff go to training, they come before the board and get permission.
Okay, so is that Jerry speaking now? I need to know.
I don't see permission on that one. I can go down the list, and he's got a few more in there, I believe. I don't see permission for that. So we got to rein this in somewhere along the line. Come before the board. If any of the people going to from this department or any department in the township that is going to go to a training class needs to come before the board and tell us why they're going to the training class and what they hope to achieve. I don't see any of that. And when they come back, they should set it here and tell us what they learned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think it's outrageous, someone just being in a job for 8 months, 9 months now, going on a retreat already for a half a month.
That's a training retreat. It's for training.
It says retreat.
It's MTA, and it's a retreat for training.
So,
and there's a weekend for you if you want to go. There's the trustee retreat.
I wouldn't go. My job is here.
Well,
What's this line item here for burrito purchases?
maybe learn some things if you went.
I don't have to learn anything. I've been here for 8 years. Maybe I can teach you a few things. Maybe you ought to listen to me a little bit more.
Yeah, so not only was this not approved by the board, but it looks like Jerry is already registered at all 4 of these conferences, and you're asking for reimbursement, is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, Jerry's partying. He's partying on the public time.
It's just like in the spring, Tanya and myself.
You know, all these events are just horribly lame, too. Like you couldn't pay me to go to one of them.
Went to an MTA meeting.
I understand.
And we were reimbursed for that.
I understand, but normally, any conference or training is approved by the board, the township writes the check, and the board member goes to the conference. Not register, here, board reimburse me, no approval. That's not how it works.
Do we vote on Tanya and you in the spring?
No, you probably should have.
I guess we should have brought it up then.
Maybe we take a vote and see if.
So I got another question though. Is North Carolina the closest place that you can get smart on this stuff?
Yeah, it's a BSNA.
North Carolina?
Yes.
And I'm assuming there'll be meals and lodging and mileage to come later?
Well, not meals, but lodging and mileage.
Okay.
I mean, I take care of my
So we
own
just
meals.
keep tacking it on? So here's my concern as I look at these dates.
Jerry, I pay for all my own nutty adventures. 100%.
September 30th through October the 9th approximately, these 4 conferences take place. At our last board meeting, didn't you tell me that one of your office help is going to be out for 6 months and you're going to be
I
shorthanded?
didn't say 6 months, I says probably 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
You don't think that's going to be an issue for you to be gone 3
No.
weeks? And isn't that our audit time?
No,
It's not our audit time?
our audit time is by the end of the year. We're fine.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite accurate.
Any further comment?
I do have some more questions on a different issue, on a different bill. So that under Addis Law Firm, the 350 that was touched upon for ferry issues, what are our ferry issues? Do we have ferry issues?
Yeah, we had a few.
We do?
We did, but Ms. Rose took care of all those, so. Dealing with,
I don't know if it happens, but I really hope that Jerry snaps and tells them all to cram it at some point in this meeting.
I'm cheaper than 350, tell you that.
You're cheaper than 350, Bev?
Yeah, I sold it in 2 days.
We'll have to keep that in mind next time. And of course, the ferry ordinance, I don't remember this board voting on hiring Addis to write up a ferry ordinance. In fact, I think, Mr. Supervisor, you made the statement that you drew that
I did
ordinance.
draw it up and I had him review it. As I did the other law firm.
I don't
Because didn't
remember-
wanna be
I don't remember the
accused
board
of
ever
sending
discussing
him-
that.
Him money. Well, I do have authority to spend some money without board approval.
I see that.
And that's what I did.
You guys really have a lot of authority to spend money without board approval.
Yep, just like you do.
No, I don't, nor would I. And one other question I have, $762 for music in the park for signs and sponsor signs. Does that come out of the sponsor money that we receive for?
Yes,
Yes?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
I have another question on decking. It's in the red, $10.54. What was that about? From lumberjacks?
I think that was for the pier, Mark.
Why would it be a deficit? I don't understand that, but anyways.
It was probably a credit.
A return?
Yeah. Yeah, usually when they're like that, we get credits back and they show up like that. We're not in a deficit, we're all up to, everything with lumberjack is taken care of. They just show up differently when there's going to be a credit.
Okay. One other question on between meetings.
It's
we're not
not
there
there
yet.
yet.
Well, that's on the consent agenda.
We're doing bills payable right now.
You know, I went over and
Well,
talked to
there's way
Jake
too many,
Bryson.
there's way too many issues on this agenda with costs from attorneys.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
Administrators going for training, ferry costs, auto show costs at the Hartson Island. Way too many. Way too many. So I'm surprised
Don't pay it.
there's even on there. We got 5,000, 1,700.
Why is
That I know nothing about, and I'm sure the other members of the board don't know nothing about, except for the people that did this. So it's getting out of hand, getting ridiculous. We need to know what's going on. You talking about transparency? I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
All right, we have a motion.
Oh, I did get the feasibility study, but I did ask them to come here and give us a presentation on it. I haven't seen that yet.
Where are they?
I think I can fill you in, Mark.
I don't want you to fill me in. I want them to fill me in.
No, I can fill
We
you
got a
in.
cost on this?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
We'll put that
A
for...
contract cost that we voted to approve. That's what we've got, Mark. You want to not pay them? Let's not pay them. No, let's not pay them, Mark.
We already
Let's
paid them.
breach the contract. Let's not pay them.
We already paid them.
No, we haven't.
Did we pay them?
No. I
Not
pulled all the
totally.
bills from bills payable that
You
were for
asked how
OHM
we
until we
Okay,
had
let's not pay them
more
until they come in
information
here and
from
give us a
them.
presentation.
No, I
That
think
is why I
that's
told
what
them.
we contracted for.
Get them in here, give us a presentation, then
This
we'll pay
is what
them.
we contracted for. I can answer any question you have.
So does that mean they're not going to come here?
I didn't ask him to come, I brought the book, I figured.
I do have a contact from receiving their bills, and I would be more than happy to reach out to see if they would come to a meeting.
You can each call and talk to them,
My God, this makes Judge Perkins' room look sensible.
right? They can call them and talk to them.
I don't care.
Now the study's
You can
done.
call him anytime you want, Mark. You got any questions? You call.
Well, I
You,
think the
John,
concern
on
is
the phone
we've been
call.
asking over and over again to hear from them,
You
and
know what,
nobody
Mr.
has heard from
Supervisor?
them.
God forbid that we as trustees do our job.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, you do your job.
I said, God forbid that we do that.
What do you think our job
What are you
is?
saying, that we're not doing our job?
Maybe you should read what our job definition is.
There you go.
That's what we're trying to exercise
Oh, okay.
every day we come into this place.
Listen to the people.
We going to have a vote on the bills payable or not?
Call it, you're the chair.
You're the chair, so you tell me.
Let's call the vote. Roll call.
Okay. John DeBoyer,
No.
Maureen Bory,
Yes.
Mark Richard,
No.
Paul Cassidy,
Yes.
Jerry Golka,
Yes.
Beverly Rose,
No.
Tanya Hogan, no.
The supervisor's report's next. All I can say is,
Based on the applause, this has got to be like the most entertaining thing in town. And that's not an insult, because this is pretty entertaining.
this, people are allowed to come up here and say whatever they want. They're not constrained to have to tell the truth. Many of them don't. It doesn't matter. I'm not speaking for the people in the crowd here because I know where they're at. I'm speaking to the public that might watch this. People are not on the board.
Okay, I'm getting my cram it moment that I've been waiting for.
Not constrained to tell the truth. Mr. DeBoyer said at the last meeting, specifically, that ferry ordinance was ruled illegal, and that's not true.
The judge put a stay on it. The judge put a stay on it.
Is that the same?
Well, it may be.
Well, you should maybe spend more
may
time
be.
worrying about people's poop.
You know what, I
and
don't
how to
think
clean it than-
you should attack anybody on credibility of all people.
Yeah, well, I'm attacking you. You can have all your champions, you can be the champions for these people, that's fine with
No,
me.
that's not what I'm here for.
But the fact that.
You wanna start running the township for a change.
Yeah, right.
Supervisor's report.
Mr. Bryson, please.
Oh, here we go, throwing everybody out that you don't like,
I'm just
huh?
asking you not to speak out of
What a
turn.
joke.
You had a right to come up and talk. You can come at the end of the meeting
What a
and
joke.
talk. All right? So, I have nothing further to say. You give the treasurer's report.
So I just want to ask that nobody gets paid on bills payable, do they?
No, nobody's getting paid.
All right.
Tell the police here and the fire they're not getting paid.
That payroll
That's
is
not
not
on
out
bills
there.
payable.
Payroll's not out there.
Who's ever supposed to be not getting paid.
They're getting paid.
All right, let's go to the treasurer's report.
Okay, let me be unequivocally clear about the situation I inherited. A complete breakdown of treasury,
You know what? Show a little respect, all right?
exactly.
Like you do?
Yeah, like I do. Like I do. I don't speak when other people are speaking.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Pathetic.
Let me be unequivocally clear about the situation I inherited. A complete breakdown in treasury operations due to inexcusable negligence in the transition process. My deputy received zero training in bank reconciliations, investments, or disbursements. Critical financial records were kept in personal spreadsheets that disappeared when the previous treasurer left. This wasn't just poor planning, it was a declaration, It put Clay Township finances at a serious risk. I refuse to let this continue. That's why I brought in Manor Constantine, a top-tier municipal accounting specialist firm to
I've lost the plot here. I don't know what those words meant.
forensically reconstruct months of missing financial records, implement bulletproof reconciliation systems that should have existed years ago, provide independent verification that every taxpayer dollar is properly accounted for. This isn't about assigning blame, it's about fixing what's broken with decisive action. While others failed to plan for this transition, I'm taking responsibility for implementing real solutions that will protect Clay Township finances now and for future administration. The risk is manual reconciliation, fraud, no automated audit trails for payment deposits, human error. 1 in 5 manual reconciliations contain errors. That's from AFP Global Stats. Compliance failure, increased audit penalties and finding. Operational costs, 15 to 20 staff hours a month wasted on spreadsheet matching. Strategic blind spots. Every hour spent on spreadsheet matching is an hour not spent on more high-level work such as strategic budgeting, community improvement, project, or grant opportunities. The system improvements in process. Partner, Manor Construction, and municipal financial specialists we're doing automatic reconciliation, deposit creations for instant bank matching, check clearing integration, future-proof transparency, all data centralized for success treasurers, real-time reporting capabilities, qualified benefits, 67% faster than month-end closures per BSNA case studies, $12,000 a year saved hours, and audit-ready record at all times.
All right, you have another report on the finances?
Yeah.
You've shared that with everyone?
Yep, DDA, Downtown Development Authority, $536,177,000. We're waiting on a check from the county for the exercise equipment for $175,000. That should be coming in a couple weeks to add to this. Our general fund is $3,122,947. Fire Department fund, $499,841,000. Police Department is $1,471,310. Parks and Rec Fund, $595. We're waiting on a check there on the playground equipment from the county. Oakland Cemetery Fund, $35,872. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $3,106. In ARPA funds, we're minus $1,732.49. That needs to be moved to fire because the pumper was not 100% paid for by the ARPA funds, and it was moved by mistake. Sewer fund has $1,306,811. Water fund, $4,723, $4,723,965. Harrison Island Sewer, the algae wheel, $630,757.
So are these reconciled numbers or unreconciled numbers?
Unreconciled numbers.
I assume that. I find it incredible that you have the audacity to attack the former treasurer for inefficient time spent reconciling books when you went 8 months not reconciling books at all.
John, I want you to come to my office next week, and I want to show you what I have. I want to show you. No, I want you to. You never come into the office and sit down and talk with
Jerry,
me.
for starters, when I come in, you're never here, okay? And guess what? And guess what?
Yeah.
I'm fully aware of what you have. In fact, I think I know more about what you have than you know what you have.
No.
Yes. We'll talk about it here soon, okay?
I would like to say that it is not the deputy treasurer's responsibility.
Excuse me, I'm the deputy, can I say something?
You sure can.
You sure can.
No.
I'm not giving her blame.
Hey, wait a minute. We can bring in a engineer for the supervisor's report, but we can't let the deputy treasurer talk?
No one said that.
Let her talk.
I can wait till public comments if you don't.
Come on up, Anita.
I'm just going to say, first of all, Jerry, I don't appreciate you telling everybody here without speaking to me that I'm not trained to do bank reconciliations and investments. It is not my job to do bank reconciliations and investments. It's your job.
I know it's my
Okay?
job.
I'm not done, okay? It's not my job, it's yours. I am doing my full-time job, I'm doing the deputy treasurer's job, and I'm doing at least 80% of the treasurer's job. So if you feel that the previous treasurer was that bad and not doing her job, which I strongly disagree with you, because I worked with her for 8 years, then you must not feel that I'm doing the deputy's job. And if you feel that way and you would like a new deputy, you feel free to get another deputy, and I will stay on as a full-time employee.
That's not what I'm saying. Let me explain though. What I'm explaining is, okay, I worked 38 years at AAA, okay? Let me explain, okay? I couldn't walk into a State Farm office and go and sell insurance for them without knowing their programs, how to do the job. It's all different, okay? I come walking in with spreadsheets that I don't understand, half a BSNA, half and half, integrated, okay? And I'm not blaming my deputy, but my deputy couldn't even help me with these reconciliations so I can figure out what this township, how they did it.
Did you ever ask her?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
What was her answer?
She don't do reconciliation. She wasn't trained to do reconciliation. I'm not blaming her for that.
When Christy started, she didn't have any train her either.
Yeah, they had accountants
They had
come in.
a company.
Yeah, they did.
They had a company doing
accountants.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Okay, but
Yeah, 'cause
even
How do
if
you
she
know that?
did reach
I
out
know
for
it.
You just
help,
made a statement, Mr.
Yep.
Supervisor. How do you know
And
that
I
they had
know it.
accountants
And I
come
know
in
it.
and train our former treasurer?
Yep.
You know that for certain?
I said they had accountants come in to help.
I think that's one of those statements you were talking about earlier that's not quite accurate.
You got it. All right, we'll go to the consent agenda. Do we have a motion?
Moving on.
There's no motion on the consent agenda. We'll move on to unfinished business.
can I,
Well, before we do, I've got a couple questions.
Yeah, I got a question.
Surprise, surprise.
can I make a motion to approve the consent agenda with the reports, the board approved checks, the in-between meetings, the meeting minutes for the Board of Trustees meeting from 7/28/25.
I'll support.
So on the Manor Consortium 5261, which is described as ARPA and reconciliation, what is the dollar breakdown for those two items?
Did you think we got all the records right in front of us, John?
Well, we approved $10,000.
You would have liked to have come in earlier.
I know, I
And
didn't
asked
always
these
come in early.
questions. We could have prepared.
So the
some
reason I ask, if you
information
remember, we approved $10,000 for ARPA.
It was up to 12, wasn't it?
That's still
No.
within.
10? Okay.
Originally ARPA, all the other things that Jerry couldn't do, and then at the last meeting, you guys approved, not me, you guys approved $12,000 for the reconciliation portion. So I want to know how much of that 5261 is ARPA for Jerry, and how much is reconciliation for Jerry, so I can keep track of what we're spending, God forbid.
And I have a question, because they were supposed to be assisting with the budget. We agreed
They did.
to have them assist with the budget.
They did.
Okay, I just haven't seen a bill for that yet, so.
So you're telling them
Just
that's
question.
part
Part
of
of
the
that
breakdown
too.
is?
That's part of the
Okay.
budget.
I'm
too.
just
I think that's
questioning
what
where,
the meetings are,
what we're
says
spending it on.
Meetings. Isn't that, the meetings was for the budget? Because the meetings, you just said
The thing is,
ARPA and reconciliations,
We
but you didn't
approved
mention
money for
meetings.
two different things, and there's two different items there.
There's three items, you're not
Well,
reading
but-
it.
but two of them
It's
fall into
ARPA,
separate
meetings,
items.
and reconciliation, there's three.
Right, so meetings and ARPA would fall into one, if you remember, right? And reconciliation would fall into the 12,000 that was approved. And I'm asking you, how much is what each? I'll come into your office and get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Set up an appointment with me. Let's
Okay.
talk.
What time you think?
I haven't talked with you.
What time you think, Jerry?
You give me a time.
7 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll meet you at 7
I'll be
o'clock.
there.
I'm here at 7 o'clock.
What day? 7 a.m., 7 p.m., what day?
So BLD services, $153,964. Payment number 1 for sanitary system improvement. So I'm assuming that's the contract that has been approved and they're working currently, right?
Correct.
So we're making a payment. Is this coming out of, what's the line item that we're paying that out of?
As you can see, we have another PCE bill that we need to, another PCE project, and I feel as a board, we need to decide where we're pulling all these funds from.
But, okay, so really, I don't think we should be paying that out of engineering. That's a contractor payment, isn't it?
Yes.
Shouldn't that be coming out of,
I have no idea who's right in this in this fight. I have no idea. I can't even follow it, but it's hilarious.
Well, we could take it out of a couple places, and that's what I think we should discuss as a board, where we should be taking all these new bills with PCE for all these new projects.
well, my question is we don't, I know we're here to talk about bonding tonight,
Yes.
but we don't even have our schedule for what we're paying out of fund balance, what we're paying out of water, what we're paying out of sewer. Are we adjusting the capital improvement charge?
We're hoping to discuss that tonight.
Okay, that's great. I'm happy to hear that. But we're paying a bill right now that we haven't even figured that out yet.
Which I can adjust that, like, I can change that GL number anytime. I do have 2 in mind that we could use, but I thought maybe we should discuss where we're pulling from. We could always pull from capital outlay over 5,000 or capital improvement over 5,000. But I don't want it to, it can't solely sit on my shoulders to decide that.
No, I understand that.
So-
I just didn't know where it was coming from because it
Yeah.
doesn't show in here.
That's because I didn't put one there yet.
Well, and my concern was, we haven't even put basically our payment schedule for all these projects in place yet.
Where do you want to pull it from, Paul?
Now, if we pay it out of sewer fund balance until our bonding comes through, or however, I don't know what your thoughts were, Paul.
To pay out of the fund balance.
Okay,
So this should come out of the sewer fund balance?
Until we got the bonding through.
okay.
So the sewer fund balance. Okay.
All right, so far as the consent agenda is concerned, you're going to take a vote?
So the Manor Consortium is already paid. That was an in-between. That's already been paid, right?
Correct.
Okay.
He said, take the vote.
Oh, I didn't hear him, sorry. Mark Richard?
One question on, I have not seen any invoices whatsoever from Ada's Law Firm, and we're paying them to a tune of...
Well, those were on bills payable, and we turned bills payable down for the law firm, was on bills payable.
I still haven't seen them. No.
This is the in-between meetings in the consent agenda.
No.
Okay.
Paul Cassidy?
No?
Jerry Golka?
No.
Beverly Rose?
No.
Tanya Hogan? No. John DeBoyer?
In fairness, that is the best thing that can be said about this situation. It's at least transparent. We can see it.
No.
Maureen Bory?
No.
Not pretty.
Okay, we'll go down and finish business. Mr. Roach is here from a company that's providing us with information, and hopefully, John, he can answer all your questions. Can you come on up, Mr.
Wonderful.
Roach?
Good evening. We also have bond counsel here, and we Emily Barr. So, once again, my name is Bill Roach. I'm serving as municipal advisor to the township on the bond issue. I've worked with you going back probably about 7 years on all your other financings. The proposal that we have today is to approve a bond issue of $6 million. I should have grabbed my paperwork. Let me grab that. Hold on a second.
It's not to exceed $6,845,000.
And that is going to be to sell capital improvement bonds, which have the township limited tax full faith and credit behind it. And then that will be broken out between the sewer project and the water project. We are looking at putting into these projects a cash contribution from the sewer system for approximately $780,000. And then the sewer bond portion of it will be $3,695,000. And then the water bonds, we're looking at a cash contribution from the water system of approximately 3.2, and the grant monies that are available of 2.4, and that will result in a bond issue for the water project of $3,930,000. The estimated debt service for the sewer bonds is going to be approximately, bear with me, $230,000 a year, and that is at an assumed interest rate of 5%. We try to run the numbers on a conservative basis. If you were to sell today, your interest rate would probably be somewhere between 4 and 4.5%. So there's some wiggle room in there. Once again, we try to be conservative. On the water system, the estimated debt service is going to be a little bit higher because obviously it's a bigger bond issue. And we're looking at about $315,000 a year in debt service for the water system. We ran a number of different options for the township to amortize the debt. We ran a 30-year bond issue, a 25, a 20, and a 15. And it was settled on a 20-year amortization because by going out 25 or 30 years, the annual payment did not decrease very much, but your interest expense increased substantially. So there was very minimal benefit for the system and the ratepayers to try to stretch it out over a longer period. So the recommendation was to go with a 20-year amortization, and that will also result in a lower interest rate than a 25 or a 30-year transaction. The resolution, and I'll let Emily cover that. We had talked about where is this money coming from for these projects. You can obviously use the money in the water and sewer system towards the projects. And the resolution that was adopted back in May 28th, day after Memorial Day, the notice of intent allows you to reimburse yourself for any monies that you spend on this project from the proceeds when they're delivered. Assuming the resolution is passed tonight, the plan is we have a conference call scheduled tomorrow morning with the supervisor to go over the time schedule, talk about what was called the official statement, which is the marketing document that we would use. That will be put in better shape and sent out to Standard & Poor's either late this week or early next week to request a bond rating on the bond issue. That'll take about 3 to 4 weeks. There will be a conference call with the treasurer and supervisor with the rating analyst from S&P. They'll issue a rating, and right now the township is rated AA, which is an excellent rating. And that's one of the reasons why your interest rate will be a little bit better on the transaction. The plan is...
Absorb that. Absorb that, people. Especially foreigners. Absorb that. This township, having this board that you've just witnessed for the last almost hour, is rated AA. This is better than average by a wide margin.
To take competitive bids for the bonds right now at 11 o'clock on September 24th. If everything is approved tonight, we'll review the bids as they come in, make sure they're in compliance with the documents that are being prepared and approved today, and that they meet the market requirements. Assuming they do, we would recommend the township accept them, and a form will be prepared for signature from the treasurer or the supervisor to sign to authorize, award the bond sale to the lowest bidder. That said, we would have cash in the
Yes.
construction funds.
Yes,
There'll
that
be
curve.
2 construction
Absolutely.
funds that'll have to be set up for the sewer and the water projects. The bond proceeds will be delivered, and you can reimburse yourself for any money spent, and your project's funded and ready to go.
So what would be the timeline, Bill, from if it's approved tonight to money in the account to pay contractors?
Well, you can start paying your contractors today.
And reimburse if we have enough?
Correct, yeah.
But what's the timeline of the bonding process? How long does it take?
Once again, we're scheduling a sale September 24th. It'll take us a couple weeks to get that, what's called the official statement, similar to a prospectus in the corporate world for stocks. We'll get a couple weeks to prepare that, submit it over to S&P. They're looking at about a 3-week turnaround for the rating, and we want to have that rating in hand before we print and mail the official statement. So once we have that, then we would print and mail the official statement about the 16th or 17th of September, and your bids are going to be taken on September 24th. Then it takes a couple weeks to prepare the bond forms, get the legal documents all finalized. So we would close and you would have money in the bank probably.
Oh, don't tell me I need to follow Clay Township board meetings now.
October 8th or 9th. I apologize, I forget the date I have on the schedule.
No, that's good.
But yeah, it'll be early October, you'll have cash in the bank.
Okay.
And once again, you'll be able to reimburse yourself from the bond proceeds for any
Detroit
money that
area.
is utilized from the sewer or the water fund to fund construction as you are going along.
And that's from 60 days before the resolution you adopted in May. So that reimbursement goes back to that starting point. Anything you've spent on the projects through to when you receive the bond.
By the way, Lau was set for yesterday, but I didn't see it. I never saw him appear.
Proceeds is reimbursable from those bond proceeds.
And Bill, those numbers you gave us, the 230 a year and the 315, that's principal and interest?
Correct. And once again, that's both at a 5% interest rate,
Yeah.
which is very conservative.
So just to explain a little bit more, the bond authorizing resolution that you have in front of you, this is the last step that the board would take. So you took that first step back in May, authorized publication of a notice. The township published a notice indicate.
Let me clear this up for everybody. This bond issue is probably a horrible idea for the taxpayers, but it might be enough for the guy who was talking about it to get a suit that fits him.
Or indicating its intent to issue bonds. This is the next step where you authorize the supervisor, the treasurer, and the clerk to take whatever steps are left to get the sale of the bonds the way that Bill just described them, sign all the closing documents, establish the accounts that are needed to pay for the projects.
I wouldn't blame him
Those
if
sort
he
of steps
did.
that's laid out in that authorizing resolution. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about it.
Well, the resolution says not to exceed 6%, but you're saying 5% is what but you're giving yourself a little wiggle room there?
The authorizing resolution sort of puts it at the, this is the absolute cap, not the goal.
Doing this for 44 years, I've seen a lot of things change fairly quickly in the market. So if it were something, there's tragedy or where it affect interest rates and it did exceed 6%, then we could not finish the project. We'd have to come back to the board and
He just reminds me of Chris Farley because the suit doesn't fit. And now his speech is, it's a sales pitch. Yeah, I've been doing this a long time. Things can change quickly. So, no pressure, but you have to do it now.
do the resolution and get approval from the board to go out back to the market. But we do try to set those caps so that it's, it's not too high, but not too low.
Did you figure out how much it's going to cost each resident on the water?
We talked about it.
Well, I mean, there's, spitball in it. One of the things we did discuss is that there will have to be a rate study for the water and sewer systems in order to determine what the final rates and charges are going to be. And that should be done as quickly as possible because your first payment for the water and sewer is going to be June 1st, 2026. So the new rates and charges should be put in place once a rate charge or rate study is completed for the water and sewer system.
Can we have a ballpark so we can say?
We think $6 a month, $18 on the water, and very difficult to calculate sewer.
Yeah.
Because we only have 115,000 sewer connections, but everybody's use is different.
But I would just like to say at this point in time, my firm has not been engaged to do a rate study. We're only putting together the bond project of it. Whether or not you would like to engage us to do a rate study is a whole different service and a whole different question, which we're happy to provide. But we have not been engaged and have not done a rate study yet. That's not part of our engagement right now.
How long would it take you to do a rate study?
3 to 4 weeks if we had all the information.
And you've been doing this for 45 years. How many rate studies have you?
I don't do the rate studies
Well,
for the firm. There's another individual.
You've seen
that
facts
does
and figures, right?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Yep.
based on your opinion on a township like this, you can't give us a ballpark figure based on?
Yeah, I don't want to throw numbers out there when I haven't been involved in it. That's not what I've been engaged in yet. So, I don't want to put numbers out there that I have no basis to make an estimate for. But,
So you're saying-
you can look at your revenues for the water and sewer system, and you're going to add, about $230,000 worth of debt service here and $315 on the other one. So if you want to eyeball it, and I'm just throwing it out there, you might be looking at a 25 to 30% increase. But once again, I haven't looked at any of the numbers. That's just spitballing it.
Okay.
Yeah, not to cut Bill out of the picture, but I believe with our WaterWorth software, we have the ability to punch in our numbers, our interest rates, our time,
Oh,
and it
you and
tells us
Jerry
where
have
our
met
rates
with
should
them a
be.
couple times. Have they been able to give us a number on what they think?
Jerry?
What's that? What do you want to know?
You guys have met with Watersworth a couple times and they requested some information. Were they able to kind of pinpoint a number for us?
We have figured the number at about $6 a month, $18 a quarter for water. The sewer is going to be totally different because it's based upon sewer taps.
Okay.
So I got a question in regards to that.
And usage?
And Bill, in your expertise, have you found that it's a better way to go to put a flat rate capital charge on, so you know what your revenue is and you know what your time frame is? And
It's all over the board.
because to do it with rates seems like a nightmare to me.
It's been done both ways.
Yeah.
It's many times, it's more of a political decision than
Obviously.
a structuring decision.
But either way, it's got to be paid.
Yeah.
So,
But once again, I haven't been involved in it. I have not been, engaged to do a rate study yet. And I'm not the individual that does the rate studies.
okay. So you don't have any advice on which is the better way to go?
Not
Or
at this-
or you're staying diplomatic?
No, I mean, really, that's a decision that needs to be done. We got to, just like we did when we ran the options for you on whether you want to do a 30, 25, or 20, we've got to run different options.
Yeah.
Let's look at whether it's a capital charge, let's look if it's going to be based on usage.
Well-
Or let's look at a combination of capital charges and usage.
Yeah,
And you
my
sort of
problem
have to
with-
model it different ways and see what's the best situation
Yeah.
for the board to look at.
My problem with usage is you don't know what people are going to use. So it's hard to set your numbers based on what you don't know. A capital charge is a flat fee. You're getting X amount per quarter per customer per year.
Yep. But it's done many different ways. If you look at throughout the system, the state, various water and sewer systems, it's all over the gambit as to how things get structured.
Okay.
And once again, my thought process, and if I were to do it, and I would look at all the different options. What's option A, B, C, and D? Prepare all those different options for the board to review, and then let the board make a decision. What do you prefer?
And for a small fee,
That's
I
the
can
best
bring
way to
all
do
those
it.
options.
Well, currently on the water, we're collecting, I think, $35 still, right?
That's what
30?
I was just going to ask.
So, I mean, the bills could actually go down
That'll
on
go
the
down.
water, but they'll go up on the sewer.
$12. It's the sewer that's going to be difficult. For sure. We've known it from day one.
But once
You're gonna have
again,
to go to
as
each
your
individual.
municipal advisor, that is something that needs to be addressed in regards to the rates and charges. We can go out and we can sell the bonds, and we'll make sure the investors know that the systems are being reviewed. Rates and charges will be put in place that'll be covering the debt service. Because even though it's the general fund pledge of the township behind it, the plan is to pay the debt service from the water and the sewer systems. And as your advisor, I would like to know that those rates and charges are going to be in effect on a reasonable basis so that we can make that payment June 1st on it's interest only. So it's a smaller payment. You don't start paying principal until the next year.
Oh, 27. Okay.
Correct. So the first year will be a lower payment so we can phase in.
So you don't have an estimate on what those payments would be per year, year two with interest? Until we get a rate?
No, that would be when you start paying principal and interest. That the 230 and the 317. That would, it's not the first year.
Okay.
That's sort of your average.
So he's treating the board like they're ghetto morons, which is probably appropriate.
Once you start paying principal every year.
Okay.
Any other questions?
We're
Have a
more than happy
motion?
to answer anything you have on the bond structure or the bond resolution itself.
I'm just concerned about all the projects and how they're being managed. We had PCE managing the sewer on Harson's Island, and it went from 2 million to 7 million, and they're handling all the contractors for this.
This is seriously the same sales pitch they give like at a sleazy used car dealership in a bad neighborhood.
So I'm just worried.
We have definite numbers for construction.
And how was all the bidding? I mean, did they get a lot of bids?
Yeah,
Yep.
everything's already been done. All our numbers are finalized. So there's not going to be they can't really adjust because everything is finalized. We've, one of them tonight is to, approve a contractor to do one of the projects. But all the other ones are already in progress.
All right, so we have a resolution on capital improvement bond.
You mean, do you have a motion? We don't have a motion.
We have a motion on it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think this is a farce of misbalance of justice.
Well, this is, we got to do it. I mean, if we're not going to improve the water and sewer, then we don't have to worry about it.
Well, all I know is that on Point Trumbull, we get a bust every other day.
Well, this is going to take care of it, we hope.
Well, keep in mind, in bills payable was the first of the contractors that are working now is Bill. So these bills are coming. We know we're going to take out a fund balance based on what Bill just told us.
Yep.
We know we have in grant money. The question is, the portion that we bond, 3.9 water, 3.6 sewer, how are we going to pay for that? Because that payment starts in a year, right? So we have to have some type of a schedule or plan in place to know how we're going to pay for it, and our customers need to know what they're going to be paying. That's why I keep asking how we're going to handle that. And you know my opinion.
Well, we're going to have to raise the sewer rate and probably lower the water rate.
I disagree with the sewer, Mr. Supervisor. My opinion is we take our total cost of $3.69 million, we divide it across our number of sewer users, the term of the contract, 20 years with the interest rate, and whatever that number is, we divide it, and it's a flat capital charge sewer fee. We had one years ago on the sewer bill to pay for the infrastructure when it all went in the late 70s. There hasn't been one there for a long time, and I don't think it would be a big amount to pay for that.
I think it's going to be around $100.
I don't think so.
No.
100 a year?
That's what I figured
Per
out.
year?
25 a quarter.
We got $315,000.
Yep.
We got 3,115 users. So go ahead and divide that out.
How many users?
3,115.
All right, what do y'all say I invite Jerry on to give his side of the story?
$315,000?
That's the monthly.
We're
that's the
230 on the
yearly-
sewer. We're 230 on the sewer.
Oh, hang on a second.
How many users?
Oh, I'm sorry, I used the water. I'm sorry.
How many
You're
users?
right.
3115.
3,100.
It's $18.45 a quarter.
How much is that?
$18.45 per quarter.
Call it 20, I guess. And currently, we're paying $30 on the water, so that's, if that goes down to 18, and add this 20, it's 38, so the bills would go up maybe, for the sewer users, the bills would go up $8, but for the water, a lot of the people, like on Horses Island, we don't have sewer, so.
Or $6.15 a month.
Roughly the same as the sewer. Yeah, what it is.
Same as the water, you mean?
Oh,
What
no.
it is.
This may be a rabbit hole.
Is that the way the board wants to do it? I think it's a good idea, even if John thought of it.
I'm fine with it.
All right, so what we have to do is decide on the capital improvement bonds. Are we going to give them authority to proceed?
I have no problem with the bonding as long as we have a plan in place on how we're going to pay for it.
Well,
I think Bill's
We
an
just talked about it.
These guys do a great job.
Do we have a motion?
We do not have a motion.
I make a motion, Miller Canfield, Resolution 2025-17, 2020, Capital Improvement Bond, Limited Tax General Obligation.
I'll second.
Roll call.
I just would like to, I mean, how are we
You
going
want to tie it in with the funding?
Is that what we agree on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna move though.
So a capital charge in the water to
Yes.
$18.
Yeah.
We're actually going to reduce that capital charge to 18 or 20,
Well, I
whatever it
don't
is?
know that it's a capital charge right now, but we're going to set it at $18. We'll eliminate the $30. And we will.
Well, isn't the 30 a capital charge right now?
It's a capital improvement.
Capital improvement charge?
Lower.
So we're going to adjust.
We're going to lower that, and
start
then
a
we're
new
going
one
to
in.
put a
So we're going to
sewer
adjust our
charge.
capital improvement charge on the water from 30 to 18. And we're going to initiate a capital improvement charge on the sewer portion of the bill for 18? Is that what it
Yes.
is?
Yeah.
Well, it's for,
Awesome.
it was for 20.
Okay, 20?
20.
That's
Yeah.
what we're doing?
That's, yeah, because it was almost $19, $18.46, so say 20.
So 18 for water, 20 for sewer?
All right.
Approximately.
And eliminate the water debt.
Yeah, we already eliminated
And then
the
our
water
rates are on our
debt.
normal schedule. Our water and sewer rates remain on the same schedule.
That's correct.
We called it a capital improvement instead. We changed it from debt.
All right, you want to do a roll call on that?
John DeBoyer,
Yes.
Mark Burchard,
Yes.
Maureen Bory,
No,
Tanya Hogan, yes. Paul Cassidy,
Yes.
Jerry Golka,
Yes.
Beverly Rose.
Yes.
Go to new business. Police Promotion Officer
Lord, they accomplished
David
something.
Fajaro.
I don't know if it was good or bad. I can't weigh in on that. I'm not close enough to it. But damn it, they made a decision about something. I'm shocked.
From officer to sergeant.
Yeah, Corrado.
Fajaro.
I will make a motion to promote,
Okay, again, let's let him read this letter.
let him read the letter first.
Good evening. As you all know, we do have a process in which is put forth through a union contract, and that is that officers, in order to be promoted, it goes through a testing process. Through that testing process, individuals are then placed on a list as openings come available. Next person on that list, it becomes promoted because they have scored what they had to become at that place on the list. Officer Fajardo was next on the list as this position came available, and I'm requesting the board's approval to go forward and promote Dave Fajardo to the rank of sergeant. He has proven himself throughout the years, not only with the community, within our department, all the way across the board. Dave has spent probably 6 years in our schools as a school resource officer, and nothing but good feedback there. He has currently been working the last 4 or 5 months with Detective Sergeant Cope before he retired, learning the ropes in the Detective Bureau. With that, I would like to get your approval to promote him to the rank of sergeant.
I would like to make a motion to promote Officer Dave Fajardo to the rank of sergeant.
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
I second too.
All right, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed?
Congratulations.
Oh, I was really pulling for Jerry to crap on that motion. just to get everybody to hate him more.
With that being said, I would like to have Dave's older brother, Larry Fajardo, come up. He is a sergeant with St. Clair County Sheriff's Department, and pinch Dave's new badge on him.
Right.
Get this thing out of here. I'm not gonna stand you like you did. Pick 'em.
Okay, this is kind of sweet.
Shaking a lot.
We're gonna do the official ceremony right here at the board meeting.
Congratulations, Dave. Well deserved.
All right, Chief, we've got to hire a full-time dispatcher, Jacob
Yeah,
Frost.
I don't know what happened with the name here. It is Joshua Frost. Joshua has currently been working as a part-time dispatcher in city of Richmond. We have done an extensive background investigation, which we do with all our candidates. He has come very well recommended, even from where he's at right now. They hate to lose him, but they understand he wants to go into a full-time position. This is a position that's been vacant since Beverly ran out on us.
Retired. Didn't work
And,
very well.
Who's going to train him?
We were waiting to get through the next budget year here in order to go through, and we had sent it out. We were looking at different candidates. And with Joshua, he's got pretty much 90% of the training already done. So that part of it, one, is going to save us a lot of time, and it's going to save us a lot of cost as well. And like I say, he does come highly recommended, and all the way across the board. Everything we've done, we have found nothing but good things back on him. So I would like to request your approval to bring him on as a full-time dispatcher and get him start training with us.
Do we have a
Is that him standing up in
motion?
the back?
What's that?
Is that him standing?
Come on up.
Yep, there he is.
I'd like to make a motion that we hire full-time dispatcher Joshua Frost full-time.
Support.
All right. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, young man.
And me again.
We'll go to 1C, police body cam cloud storage.
This is something that is yearly, comes with the contract that we have with our body cams. I think it went up about approximately $300 from last year. But this is something, they do all the storage of all of our video, which is quite extensive. With the body cams being used 24/7 out there, we couldn't possibly house something that's going to have the hard drive space that would have to be allocated for this. So therefore, it all comes with them. Everything's all secured, everything's encrypted. We are the only ones in administrative rights as far as certain people in the department that can go into these. They cannot be edited in any way other than by the lieutenant, and the only way they can be edited is our normal things that FOIA requires. So any day-to-day things cannot be edited. So all of that comes along with this, with the software program. So that's all lumped into one for a yearly maintenance.
And the cloud is pretty well protected, right? About hacking and, you know, there's...
Well, it's like anything else today. Is it bulletproof? No. But I think with the company that we have, they're a very reputable company, and they take all measures to make sure that everything is as secure as possible. The problem is, nowadays, once you think you've got it, they hack it.
Or I'll make a motion that we approve body cam cloud storage for $5,529.36 out of line item 207-000-760.
I'll second.
All right, roll call?
Okay. Paul Cassidy,
Yes.
Jerry Golka,
Yes.
Beverly Rose,
Yes.
John DeBoyer,
Yes.
Mark Burchard,
Yes.
Maureen Bory,
Yes.
Tanya Hogan, yes.
Police, VMware license renewal.
This is another thing that's a yearly renewal. This is got to do with our internal network and our servers. This is basically the platform that keeps those servers running and allows all of our stations and all of our networking equipment to speak to each other. So it's one of the necessary maintenance renewals that comes with running our network throughout the entire department.
Did it increase much from last year?
This one right here, no, actually probably about $200 on that one.
Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to VMware license renewal, $3,600 on line item 207-000-760-00.
Support.
Roll call?
Tanya Hogan, yes. Paul Cassidy,
Yes.
Jerry Golka,
Yes.
Beverly Rose,
Yes.
John DeBoyer,
Yes.
Mark Burchard,
Yes.
Maureen Bory.
Yes.
Thank you.
Move on to 1E cemetery door.
I'm requesting that the board authorize the quote from Weatherproof Window and Door for $1,575.25. This door is over 20 years old, and when the spring broke, it come down and crushed the lower panel. Luckily, nobody got hurt when it did happen, but the door's seen its better days.
I'll make a motion to replace the cemetery door at the amount of $1,575.25 from line 209-000-933.
Support.
Roll call?
Okay. Beverly Rose,
Yes.
Tanya Hogan, yes. John DeBoyer,
Yes.
Mark Burchard,
Yes.
Maureen Bory,
Yes.
Paul Cassidy,
Yes.
Jerry Golka.
Yes.
We'll go to the lift station sewage pump, 1F.
This is I've waited, it's taken 4 weeks for them to actually take our old pump apart, find out what was wrong with it, and come up with a repair cost of $8,975 for that pump, which now, if it's granted, it's going to take 8 to 10 weeks to get it repaired. I'm looking to possibly purchase a demo pump for $15,163 that I can put this station back in service. I could pick the pump up tomorrow if it's granted, and the station can be back up and running on Wednesday. Otherwise, we're going to have to wait 8 to 10 weeks, and running a station on one pump is a very, very chancy thing.
You don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
So is that pump, Lance, the demo pump, you can use that, you're going to put that on the shelf when the other one comes back?
No, I would just leave this
Leave
one
it-
in.
keep the other one on the shelf?
And then keep the other one
And
on
then
the shelf
is
at that
You can
point.
interchange that with other stations?
No, this station is one of its own.
Oh.
This is the biggest station we have, motor-wise, and it would be just for that station. I do have extra spare pumps for the other stations, but I don't have one for this one.
And the other pump's probably not real new either, right? That you're
The other
running?
pump that's in there it's been a good pump. We've had no issues with it. It has been rebuilt about 8 years ago. But that's out of warranty too at this point. But
That could be due
I
as
don't
well.
like running a station on one pump because
Well, I can tell you, if the station has one pump and that pump fails, $15,000 is cheap insurance.
yes. Because in order for me to run this station at that point in time, I will have to pump from that station all the way down Anchor Bay Drive to the corner in order to get it back into the interceptor so
What
we
station
can.
is this?
Station 4,
4? Yeah, you'd have a lot of people on Anchor Bay Drive upset.
yes.
It's 9,000 just for the repair and 15,000 you get a whole new,
And
pump.
that demo pump, it has been used, but it has full warranty on it. A new pump of that same sort is $23,000.
Did they give you any type of idea, like how many hours are on the demo pump?
He did not.
Oh.
He did not. I think it was only used for, I believe, a week.
But they warrant it the same as a,
Yes.
Well, I'll make a motion for the repair of lift station number 4 sewage pump in the amount of $24,138 from line 590000930.
support?
Roll call?
Okay, Tanya Hogan, yes. John DeBoyer,
Yes.
America,
Maureen
baby.
Bory,
Yes.
Mark Burchard,
Yes.
Paul Cassidy,
Yes.
Jerry Golka,
Figure out those sort of settle.
Beverly Rose.
Yes.
1G Clay Water System Interconnect, IRA, we've got a new value on that. The other value, we had a number that we thought we could do it for, and we can't, and we have to reduce the system. We've already voted on this, but not with the reduction in what we're going to get, and PCE is here to tell us about it.
So the original estimate for this project was designed back in January of '23. So with that, it took us a while to get this thing to bid for various reasons. But what I've learned from the market is that you can't keep pace with any of this material for more than 30 days. Most product manufacturers, especially for the directional drill pipe, they will not guarantee their prices to any contractor beyond 30 days because it's so rapidly changing. We've also experienced some of that in the first large water main project on the M29 project, kind of had the same results, but most of that project's open cut. So with this project, the intent is this, that we're making an attempt to try and connect to an IRA system to give Clay Township a second option for water source. So if we can imagine for a minute, we get a spill on the Canadian side of the river and Algonac has to shut down. A couple of years ago, that became a very big problem when not only did that happen, but at the same time, the part of that plant was shut down. So they didn't have a full tower, and Clay Township almost ran out of water. You're going to be the first ones hit with that. So this plan allows you the opportunity to either close that valve to Algonac so that they can support their own sulfur for that duration, and we can draw water off of IRA. We'd have to obviously come up with a contractual agreement to pay IRA for that usage, right? And there's a meter that's going to be set in place at right near Zobel Court. What wound up happening with this project in the bid process is that the directional drilling price skyrocketed. So in order to bring this back into, so let me back up a little bit. The directional drill area was from Anchor Bay Drive to the bridge that's by Cabana Blue. It's too narrow of a right-of-way There's the marsh on the other side, all the utilities are packed into that one small spot. That area will have to be, eventually will have to be directional drilled. However, there's not a lot of maintenance going on that existing main. So the main purpose of that directional drill was just to upsize that pipe. So it was decided if being that the project came in way over budget, it was time for us to make an adjustment to it and just replace the section that is most important, and that's making that connection. So from the bridge to approximately Zobel Court is going to be replaced with a 12-inch water main. That is the same piece that Lisa McLean has given us $750,000 to complete. So this total project for that portion is roughly $1.23 million. Of that would be Clay Township's portion would be somewhere around $490,000 by the end of the billing on the project. Lisa McLean has chosen this because she sees an opportunity to have the Algonac plant, the Ira plant, and the New Baltimore plant all on the same system with the same contamination flowing towards each plant, right? So when Algonac has shut down for that and let that junk go by, they can fire back up. But guess what? Ira's next on the list, and they have to shut down, right? So now New Baltimore supports them when that happens currently, right? And then after that happens, those two plants are back on and New Baltimore's off. So with her seeing this as a good opportunity to put money to, it's helping more than 3 communities. You've got Cotcherville that has a little bit of water coming from Algonac. You have Clay Township, Algonac, Ira, and New Baltimore. Now, that's a lot of people that are being taken advantage of this system. So she said, yeah, you know what, I'm going to kick in $750,000 towards that project to help cover the cost for Clay Township, so that they're not bearing the full cost of the project. So my position to you guys is our recommendation to the board, and thank you for having me to explain some of this, is to go ahead and approve the full budget amount for the reduced quantity option. I think with what we've discussed with some of the budgeting things that are going on and the proposed bond issue and things like that, I think this fits better into the financial stability, and it doesn't stretch out that stuff too far. We did run a water model on not upsizing that section of 8-inch water main, and we barely saw an effect on how it affected if we were to actually run water from Ira into this township. You know, where were we going to be depleted at? And we saw very little volume, pressure loss. There's a couple of things that may have to be done in the future for that to work. If you went to just a full feed from Ira instead of a temporary, you'd have to do some other things to make that happen.
But it would work in a pinch.
It would work all day in a pinch. I mean,
What would you have to do to make it happen for a full feed?
It would be your booster station. We'd have to, because the way the water flowing from Algonac, currently the ins and outs of that pressure station is that it would be going in reverse if we went from this way. So we would have to do some valving, and we'd have to coordinate an on and off procedure to switch the water flow. But if you were only going to be on it for maybe a couple of days or something for another issue to be resolved, you wouldn't have to do that. But you would if you decided to go that route for long term. It would have to be
buy
done.
our water from Ira. We don't have to buy it from Algonac, do we?
You could, with that connection, you could have a choice. You could use some of both and watch the water flow back and forth.
Well, they're due to really raise their rates, from what I understand, Algonac, but how much more would it be if we are only going to get from Ira? Like you're telling about the booster? Are you talking like another million, or?
All I can tell you about is Ira has confirmed that they could the capacity they have could handle your entire township. That's as far as I went with it. I didn't talk to them about costs or anything, because that's really not my game. You know,
But
all
I'm
about-
saying this is temporary. You said it wouldn't work for a full-time flow. You'd have to
Because of
do,
the configuration of our system and valving.
Right.
Yeah.
Ainsworth or Muskrat Run in 29, our booster station handles from Muskrat Run all the way to Steyer subdivision. That's what's powered right off of the tank that's next to our building. So if you're talking now of reversing the total system and feeding it from IRA, you're talking about putting our booster station out and then powering the rest of the system from IRA, which you're turning the whole system around at that point in time. In an emergency purpose, that's what Eagle was looking for us to do the interconnect, is if something did happen and if we weren't able to get enough water, as compared to running the system.
right, I get it. I'm just trying to figure out what the
But I think
difference in
the answer
cost
to Maureen's
was.
question is, if we wanted to make that permanent, the only thing we'd have to do additional would be valving at the booster station and the portion of water main between
Anchor Bay Drive.
essentially Rose Marine and Anchor Bay Drive, upsize that. That's it.
Correct.
And then it would
Because
be,
it's 12 inch.
then we
from
could
there.
utilize it as a permanent feed.
Correct. And
Yeah.
it's 12 inch from all the way there, plus the new 12 inch that we're putting on M29, you could turn around and route it the other way. Yes.
Right.
What kind of pressures do you have at the IRA? As opposed to...
IRA's about the same as what we are. I believe they're 52 pounds.
Okay, if we were to use IRA, what kind of pressure do we have at the end of the line? What's the last head in Algonac?
You're talking city limits is what you would be talking, or if you're going to do the whole backcountry, you're talking Gina Road at that point.
All right, so we have enough pressure to do any expansions?
Well, I think in that scenario, the current booster station, instead of boosting the west end of the township, we'd boost the east and north end of the
Yes,
township.
exactly. Your booster station would control the pressure heading to the east if you were to switch valves or sources.
Completely opposite of what it is now.
Yeah, yeah. It will not function for
So
an
it's doable.
extended period of time, because we have enough looping going on
Just wonder how much water.
where that's not going to
At
affect
this point, I
us
think we should.
as much, short term. You could go days, maybe even a week. I don't even know how long we could go without having to do some kind of bypassing of the booster station so that we could get some support from it
Correct.
to pressure up the far east side.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion to approve the clay water system interconnect to IRA for $239,095.
I just have one question on the motion. Do we want, because when these bills start rolling in, we're gonna need to know what line to take them from. Do we want to use, the capital improvement over 5,000 line and keep it consistent, so when we get our reimbursement from the bonds, we know where to allocate the money to?
Yeah, we'll do it the same way.
I would agree with that.
We would have done if we didn't downsize it.
Okay.
Reimburse when the bonds come in.
Again, what portion is IRA committed to?
I'm sorry?
What portion is IRA committed to?
They're not committed to a portion of this project.
This is a different
Well, I'm just wondering
It's a
what
different
happens if we go
project.
down and we start supplying them water? I mean, what are we gonna do?
We don't
Pardon
have
me?
water.
If we start supplying them water,
We don't have water.
we could at that point if they needed it,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, well, we're gonna put a charge in place?
Well, the meter could go both ways, but in an emergency purpose, Mark, I think that would be crossed at that point myself.
So there is a meter that's going to be put on here. It's bi-directional. It will read both ways.
Yes.
Your current meterings that you have on M29 and then on Michigan,
M29 Michigan Fruit Road?
yeah, those are not bi-directional.
No, they are not.
They're slow flow, but they're not bi-directional. So if in that time, that would be another expense you would, if you were planning on like trying to say, well, we can sell water to IRA through Algonac, right? You put an upcharge on it, you're going to have to be able to have flows that will read going both directions.
It does give us the option, though.
Okay.
But
all right.
yes, yeah.
And at that point in time, Mark, we could do meters in where we pay to Algonac. We could in turn reverse those, put different meters into where they're bi-directional, and we could sell water back to Algonac if we had to.
I assume we have a letter of commitment from Ira on the connections permitter?
For
There is an intergovernmental agreement between IRA and Algonac. And
For
they're also-
connection.
Right, for emergency use.
I think we already approved this, but we're just reducing it
Yeah,
down.
no, I just wanted
And
to.
do I have to do I have to say about the 750,000 with the grant? Because that's going to come off the
So I just want,
1,239.
along that point, Maureen, I just wanted to clarify that. So the number is $1,239,095 less the 750, correct?
Right.
So that, the portion that Clay is going to actually be responsible for is $489,095, right?
Right. So I can amend my motion to say, less the $750,000 grant,
Yeah, we can say with, we'll put it in there with.
so.
Roll call.
So, excuse me, can you, I don't want you to miss the entire thing of this, so you'll, during this award that you're making right now, you'll also have to include in your motion to award to the project to FDM Contracting in the amount of $1,043,295.
Well, we did already award a contract to them, correct?
We did not state
You have
who
not.
we were awarding it to. And
We awarded Paymar, this is FDM.
Okay, I amend the motion to award it to FDM Contracting.
So you're a subcontractor from PCE?
Pardon me?
Are you a subcontractor from PCE?
No, I'm the project manager for PCE.
Perfect, thank you.
I'm John Monte's assistant. Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you
You do a
for
roll call?
confirming that.
Mark Burchard?
Yes.
Wait, nobody seconded the motion. I'm sorry.
Second.
Can you repeat the motion?
The motion is to approve the clay water system interconnect to IRA and approve the contract to FDM Contracting in the amount of $1,239,095 less the $750,000 direct spending grant that we received from Lisa McLean in Congress. And then Mark seconded, right?
Second.
You second that? Mark?
Second,
Okay.
Roll call?
Roll call. Mark Burchard?
yes.
Maureen Bory?
Yes.
Tanya Hogan? Yes. Paul Cassidy?
Yeah.
Jerry Golka?
Yes.
Beverly Rose?
Yes.
John DeBoyer?
Yes.
1H, discussion OHM feasibility study. As I indicated, I brought it with me. Anybody's welcome to read through it if they'd like. Mark wants to have
Who's
someone here.
first?
Well, we'll get someone here for you, Mark.
Who's first? Yes, please. I'd love to have a presentation
We'll
on this
get
study.
someone here for you.
Thank you.
So what did we find out? Is it feasible?
Is this
Yeah,
phase
it's
1 or phase 2?
I don't know, either
It's
one.
1 and 2. It tells you your options between doing a bridge and doing a ferry. It tells you all the data that you need in making a decision whether or not to do one over the other. And it, is needed by MDOT if they're going to spend any money. They're the ones that wanted it, now we got it for them.
In order to get grants, the feasibility study had to be
Is
completed.
this the only copy?
That's it. Any further discussion? Mark, I'll get the guy here next week,
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Is that his phone number?
Yeah, do you want it? Huh?
If he's gonna come
I'll give
here
you
now.
his email if you want it.
What's his last name?
Stu Kelly.
Okay.
All
So we're
right.
going to put the OHM back on the next agenda because
Yeah,
somebody's going
put
to
it
come
on.
present.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do 1I. Discuss reconciliation. Mr. DeBoyer wanted to talk about that.
So, I talked to Advantage Tech, who is the IT company for the township. They handle our server, they handle our network, they're our network provider. And I asked a question after our last meeting. is the data or whatever it is that our treasurer needs to do his reconciliation available? Where is it? How do we find it? And they told me that in December, they were at the township twice, requested a meeting with Jerry. No response. They emailed him, they called him, no response. They did in their email say that they have all the data, all the documents, all the bank info, all the BSA data from the former treasurer's computer in a document tab, that all they need to do is transfer it over to the new treasurer's computer, and he has everything he needs. And there was never a response to multiple
I want
emails,
a name and number who you talked
to phone calls,
Who'd you talk to?
to personal visits. So my question is, everything is sitting here in the township office as we speak. Why are we spending $12,000 with Manor Consortium?
Because of the fact that there was nobody that knew how to do it. There's spreadsheets.
Jerry,
and
If he hasn't transferred it over to you.
Let him finish.
Can you work at McDonald's as a manager and walk into a Burger King and run that operation?
Within a week, I'll run the damn place.
No.
So here's the deal. They tried to contact you multiple times.
Who did you talk to? Because
are you telling me it's not a true story?
I don't think
that was a terrible analogy. I mean, that was just terrible. Yes. If you work at McDonald's, you probably could run a Burger King.
It's a true story. Give me a name of who you talked to at High Tech. I want to talk to them.
I asked for verification, and the emails were produced.
I want to see those.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you have them right now?
No, I don't have them
Why
right now.
not? You're questioning me. You don't even have the information there.
So
I'm tired of this, John. John, I'm tired of you blasting me with that and not giving me any time.
How about calling you on the carpet when you lie like a rug?
I'm not lying like a rug. Give me a name of who you talked to at High Tech. Give me a name.
It's Advantage Tech.
Or Advantage Tech.
It's Advantage Tech.
Okay, give me a name of who you talked to.
So what if I could get the guy to come in tomorrow and access the data and put it on your computer? Would that verify it for you?
That would verify it. Bring him in.
Done deal.
But let me ask you this, John. Who's in this office right now that can help me decipher what's on there? You got spreadsheets. You got spreadsheets that somebody made that I don't understand what they're doing. That
You ran to the treasurer.
Jerry, all you need are bank statements, checks, and you can reconcile your accounts.
No,
This isn't rocket science.
It's not that easy.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
Okay.
No. Why don't you, John? I want to spend a
So
couple
you're telling
hours.
me that all this stuff-
John, I want to spend a couple hours with you in my office, and I want to show you.
No.
And let's quit laughing out there.
No.
You don't understand.
Paul?
Throw these people out.
Oh, come on. What is it with throw these people out all the time? For crying out loud. These people, they pay your bills.
Just saying the job is Paul.
You got anything more, John?
Yeah. Why are we paying Manor Consortium?
Well, because we voted to do that.
Why did we vote to do that?
Because it had to be done.
So I'll make a request that if we're gonna pay Manor Consortium, because we're obligated now, we take it out of line item 101-253-702, which is the treasurer's salary.
Okay, any other grandstanding you gotta do?
You call it grandstanding. You know what? You need to get control of
Ooh, shots fired.
this township. You're the supervisor. Unbelievable.
You know, last treasurer is making $80,000 plus benefits. I'm only making $44,000.
You know what, Jerry?
Don't
I don't
sit there saying-
care, Jerry, I don't care if you don't make a nickel. You ran for this job. It's your obligation to do the job of the treasurer, and you failed miserably.
Okay.
And one thing that I didn't have anybody to go over it with me. You know what?
Jerry, we're 8 months into it. How long does it take you to get it figured out?
Forget it, Jerry.
Yeah, forget it. Just let it go.
Come to my
Whatever.
office and I'll
Let's
show
just
you.
pay everybody
You
to
never
do
want to come
everything.
to my office office to talk about things.
I don't need to come into your office, you're incompetent.
You got anything more, John?
Yeah, what's this board's wishes? Are we gonna continue to pay Manor Consortium for stuff we have sitting in the township office right now that you asked for and said you couldn't do your
You
job?
already voted, John. You're just not happy with it.
No, because I don't like to waste taxpayers' dollars.
You're a guardian for the taxpayers. You are.
And you know what?
That's your job, too.
I wish you were half a guardian for the township.
Yep. All right, we'll move on to public comments. Mark, you still here?
And I'm still here too, and I'm pretty damn sick and tired of being here. I was very hopeful that we were going to actually have a conversation about OHM, about the illegal contract. I've given all the people here the packet that all of you got. So how in the heck is it that we still are you talking about anything on a contract that was not legally authorized by a board? On March 6th, the Addis Law Firm proposed using their services for our township. A motion was made, a vote was taken. It was one of the most confusing motions, discussions, and votes I have ever witnessed. Even the minutes don't make it clear what actually happened. So at the next meeting, I encourage this board to have a clear, open discussion on the pros and cons of having multiple law firms representing our township, and then make a new motion and take a clear vote that the public can understand. Here are the cons of having multiple law firms in a township like ours. Confusion over which attorney is responsible for what, inconsistent legal advice with different firms taking different positions, and so on and so forth, especially wasting taxpayer dollars. I see no pros for a township of our size
I've never heard a better summation of government in action.
to operate this way. I also need to address the bigger picture. This board is extremely dysfunctional, and we are now facing serious financial and legal consequences with the OHM contract that was never
In defense of the board, you guys are hilarious.
lawfully authorized, and we have had no bank reconciliation since November, leaving our financial records unreliable. This board has no other choice but to order a forensic audit. You continue to ignore the community's voice, and our concerns are not being taken seriously. Therefore, the community needs to seriously consider a recall petition as soon as it is legally possible before even more damage occurs. Mr. Gawker, a treasurer position requires competence, which you are clearly missing. Resign or be recalled. Choice is yours. I also, at the last meeting when Mr. Cassidy had a concerned citizen removed, Trustee Maureen waved to her as the police officer escorted her out. Maureen, if our recall position is successful, not only will we wave to you, we will give you a standing ovation. You are a bloody joke. You know, I have challenged you before. I will stand here. You want to challenge back and forth with the OHM? You want to have a discussion? Obviously, this board won't. I will sure as heck be more than happy to take you on about this because it's not legally authorized. Got it? You got it.
I too am getting sick of coming to these meetings. I love staying home with the last board. You didn't even have to come here. Everything ran perfectly. The reason the last meeting attendance was so sparse was because everybody was at the Algonac School Board meeting trying to correct your horrible accusations, Jerry. Your accomplishments as treasurer has been to make Algonac students cry, grown men cry. Everyone please watch the Algonac school meeting trying to get the most beloved coach, Joe Garton, fired from his job because he disagrees with you.
Okay, now I want to see the school meeting. That's got to be a classic.
This is a despicable act. Jerry, you cannot do your job. You cannot represent the township. We, the people of Clay Township, demand that you step down immediately.
Good evening. Some fire in the room tonight, I like that. First, I want to show a little humility. I supported Paul Cassidy in his bid for supervisor. I want to publicly admit I was wrong. I also used to support HIDA Chair Harold Bain. I'd like to publicly admit I was wrong. I was stupid. I was not informed. Today, I'd like to discuss how HIDA compares to two other transportation authorities, the Capital Area Transportation Authority and the Benzie Transportation Authority. These are both volunteer-based boards, just like HIDA. They have meetings monthly at CATA. That's the Lansing bus service, by the way. They have 8 to 9 people on their board. The Benzie Transportation Authority has quarterly meetings, which MCL 124.546 Section 2 calls out as a law. HIDA doesn't. They have 8 to 9 people on their board. And the reason I bring up the number of board is there are only 5 people on the board. And what I'm about to say, none of you have ever heard before. HIDA has never had a dissenting vote, from what I can find. That is, I'll do the odds, it's 1 in a trillion. To have 30 meetings with nothing but unanimous votes. That is why appointed boards are bad. That's why you have to have people elected, because otherwise you get a tyrant like Harold Bain and a bunch of stooges that just say yes, yes, yes. Could you imagine if this board had nothing but unanimous votes, or the zoning board, or the planning commission? HIDA is the only one with unanimous votes, and that's why HIDA is a problem. Now, I'm not going to go through the AI stuff, but AI is also very suspicious if a board has unanimous votes for 5 years straight, and then the island rejects a millage, and then no meetings at all. That's very suspicious, and again, it's breaking the law. There's a problem. You need to talk about it. Harold Bain needs to reschedule HIDA meetings. Obviously, now with the Phase 2 feasibility study, I mean, Paul Cassidy must be Moses coming down from the mountain to hand us the Phase 2 feasibility, say, oh, blessed, we're so lucky. So, in conclusion, HIDA needs to have, they reflect poorly on Clay Township relative to the rest of the transportation authorities in the state. Thank you.
This blows me away. They're talking up Benzie County like it's. I think it's Benzie. I would assume that's Benzie County, which is a beautiful place up in northern Michigan. I'm very familiar with Benzie County, but there are like no people there. It's like a lovely bucolic country spot with some coast on Lake Michigan. I don't know. Apparently, they're running everything correctly.
Hello, Artie Bryson, 8356 South Channel. Questions. Is the OHM study, is that going to be scanned and for public? It should be. Or do we have to all FOIA each individual person?
They can send us an electronic copy of it.
Okay, that's just one question.
We'll make a request for an electronic copy.
All right, thank you, Mark. On the improvement bond, it was good discussion. If you guys just put the numbers in your computer program, Waterworth, you would have all the answers as far as how it would be in your rate, how it would for water and sewer. It's not that hard. It just has to be done. Let's see, the interconnect with IRA. That's a good project. Someone did a lot of thought behind that project. And for all the communities, IRA has work on their end to do, which you have to make sure they complete it. And then you have to get some contracts between IRA, Elginak, and Clay on how it works if water goes the other way or if water from here goes to there. You have to have that all done before. So time is clicking on that. Paul, I'm sorry, there's a lot of things on this agenda, and on every agenda. You should be the smartest person in the room on every agenda item, period. And it's obvious, you're not. So that's my comments. Thank you.
Hi, Sarah Clements. I just want to make sure everyone in this room is aware, and Mr. Galka is aware, when Christy Hiltonen took office, she made $27,000 a year until she got trained and could do her job. So we say that, oh, you took this pay cut, you took this pay cut, but you're not even doing the job. Why are we paying you at all? You've done nothing. And then, okay, Jerry, but you're like a little kid up here that sits here and argues with the people and throws fits in a temper tantrum. It's ridiculous. You're not doing your job. Whether you're here or you're planning parties, you're not doing the stuff that you were elected to do, and your own words are saying that you're not qualified to do it. So let's get somebody in here that is qualified to do it. It's clearly not you. Again, Christy Hiltonen, she never left the state of Michigan to do any trainings in 8 years. Why are you? To go bump elbows with people for no reason, because you can. Let's go to North Carolina. Is it on the water too? Sure. I'm sure it is. I would ask respectfully that you resign from your position. The whole room wants you to. You can, as Wendy said, you can do it now or you can do it in November, but it's going to happen.
Board comments, John, anything?
Question. Have we had any letter of engagement or discussion with UHY about the start of our audit?
We have a meeting with them on Thursday at 1 p.m. to start the process.
Okay, good. Second question. What is the status of our reinvestments? I know specifically with water and sewer money, that's an annual thing. I don't know about the general fund money, but our investments with water and sewer are reinvested annually. Where are we at with that?
John, you should have sent me an email, and I would have had it here today.
Have you had any, have you looked at it at all? Is there any?
I've looked at it, but
Okay,
I
so
can't, I'm not giving you numbers because I'm going to give you the facts.
Do you
Come in.
Do you know the date when it needs to be reinvested?
There's 3 different accounts
Okay.
that are invested.
Are we okay with the reinvestment period?
Yes,
We are.
yes.
Okay. That's all I'm asking.
You're welcome to come in. and
That's
see
all
it.
I'm asking. You don't have to get defensive. Because this is not a treasurer's
This is
report.
your time for board comment.
And I'm commenting. Excuse me.
Cross-examining.
Oh, really? You can do it, but I can't?
Yeah.
2 sets of rules here, huh?
Yep.
So I would request that, although I don't think this is a treasurer's report, that it be included in the board packet. So not only can the board members see it, but the public can see it, so they know what's going on. Ultimately, they probably want to know where we're at financially. So I would request that that happen in the future. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay.
In the future.
Congratulations to Officer Fajardo, or Sergeant Fajardo, I should say, for his promotion. And congrats to Josh Frost. Welcome aboard. Good luck. That's all I got.
Maureen?
Nothing.
Mark?
Congratulations to Dave Ferrado, Sergeant, greatly deserved, and congratulations to David Frost for our dispatcher. Thank you.
Joshua Frost. Joshua Frost. David Ferrado.
I want to congratulate Dave Fajardo and welcome Joshua Frost. Hopefully we didn't scare you away today.
Always is.
Yeah. It gets better.
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate Dave Fajardo for sergeant. Welcome Josh Frost. It's a wonderful career. I spent 30 years doing it. Another thing is I did meet with Roman Chiraga, our ordinance officer, and Jake Bryson, and they have been working together to get everything resolved. They've been emailing once a month or every other month since January of this year. And so Jake is going to put up a fence, is going to have a new site plan following our ordinances. When I looked at some of our construction ordinances, they're a little weak. And I think the public would like that, especially during a construction zone on a main thoroughfare, to be just a little bit more secure, because you're dealing with MDOT also. That's it.
Jerry?
I'd like to congratulate the new hires, and I have a question for Jen. You didn't give the report on the sewer.
You didn't ask for it.
There's a resolution on the second.
I'll give you the report right now. You want the report right
There's
now?
a resolution on the second meeting of the month.
Then I suggest we put it on the agenda. Would you like to report?
I don't write the agenda, so.
Would you like to report?
Well, this is the
Yes, I'd like
first
to
meeting of
report.
the
Okay.
month,
It was
not the
short.
second.
This is the first, not the second.
Yeah.
Was
So-
it done last time? It should have been done last meeting.
Michigan Department of Transportation, I assume.
So at our last meeting, we met, the engineer came out, gave a presentation on the engineering cost for the proposed improvements that we're talking about. We paid bills, and we talked about possible financing / bonding options. That was it. That's it.
What bills did you pay?
How are we gonna bond it? You know how you're gonna bond it?
We don't know yet. Well, no.
You know what
We're
it's
not
gonna
sure.
cost then?
We have some preliminary costs, and that's what we're working on now.
Okay.
And then it comes, as I told you before, it comes back to the three communities
Yep.
for approval, or, whichever way it goes, but, if you would like to see, there's an agenda that's online, printed, available, Jerry. There's everything is there. Or you can come to the meeting.
I've asked for a couple months to find out what's the difference, this is not on the agenda, of what we're paying now
Yes.
versus what we paid when the county was running it. I asked for those numbers. I asked for the numbers, like I know we bought a truck and we put a sign, logo on it. I asked for some of that information, so if you can bring that next meeting, that'd be great.
I can. There's an annual budget. There's bills payable at every meeting. And
But I
it's
don't know
all
what the county
public.
was paid before.
Pardon me?
I don't know how it compares to what we paid the county, so.
Nor do I, to be honest with you.
Well, if you
But I can
can,
get that if you would like
that'd
it.
be great if you could.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Move on to next meeting, August 25th. Motion for adjournment.
A motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed?
Well, there you have it. We did the entire Clay Township. I'm muted. Okay. There you have it. We did the entire Clay Township meeting. Jerry is still there. He's hanging tough. He doesn't care. I don't think Jerry's going anywhere. They're gonna have to remove him forcibly somehow. That was pure fun. I didn't intend to do the whole thing, but once we got there, I'm like, all right, just for completeness, I want to say we did the whole damn meeting. It was long, but it was fun. I got my coffee in. Thank y'all for coming out. You guys were cracking me up. I'll see y'all soon.